Valentine's Day is not just made for romantic comes, no matter how much you love Notting Hill. Anyone celebrating the evening with a dose of Netflix and chill knows how long it takes to find the perfect title to queue up. Look no further for inspiration on what to press play on this Thursday. Express.co.uk's top Valentine's Day movies on Netflix. Classic love stories. To all the boys I've loved before. What if all the crushes you ever had found out how you felt about them all at once? Lara Jean Songovies, Lana Condor. Love life goes from imaginary to out of control when the love letters for every boy she's ever loved, 5 in all, are mysteriously mailed out. She's gotta have it, beautiful Nola Darling, Tracy Camilla Johns, can't decide what kind of man she wants to date, so she decides to date 3 at the same time. The first is Greer Childs, John Canada Terrell, a rich, handsome narcissist. Then there's Jamie Overstreet, Tommy Redmond Hicks, a stable, overprotective alpha male. And finally, there's Mars Blackman, Spike Lee, a timid geek with a heart of gold. Crazy Rich Asians review. Romantic escapism which surpasses its expectations unfortunately. While each suitor has his virtues, darling just can't seem to make up her mind. Made in Manhattan, the story of Marissa Ventura, Jennifer Lopez, a single mother born and bred in the boroughs of New York City, who works as a maid in a first-class Manhattan hotel. By a twist of fate and mistaken identity, Marissa meets Christopher Marshall, Ralph Fenn, heir to a political dynasty, who believes that she is a guest at the hotel, and the pair are thrown together for a magical night of romance. When Marissa's true identity is revealed, the two find that they are worlds apart. Crazy Rich Asians streaming? Can you watch the full movie online? Oddball romantic comes. When Harry Met Sally. In 1977, college graduates Harry Burns, Billy Crystal, and Sally Albright, Meg Ryan, share a contentious car ride from Chicago to New York, during which they argue about whether men and women can ever truly be strictly platonic friends. 10 years later, Harry and Sally meet again at a bookstore, and in the company of their respective best friends, Jess, Bruno Kirby, and Marie, Carrie Fisher, attempt to stay friends without becoming an issue between them. Stranger Than Fiction. A mentally unstable IRS auditor, Will Ferrell, hears an author's, Emma Thompson, voice in his head and discovers that he is the ill-fated protagonist of her latest work. While a book company employee, Queen Latifah, tries to cure the author's case of writer's block, the auditor and a professor, Dustin Hoffman, set out to find the woman and make her change her story. Second act reviews. What are critics saying about the rom-com? Tug the heartstrings. Been so long, romance, rage and revenge. Been So Long is a neon-soaked, modern-day romance set against the backdrop of an ever-changing city. We follow Simone, Michaela Cole, a dedicated single mother who, on a rare night on the town, is charmed by a handsome yet troubled stranger, Raymond, Aaron's Ken, igniting old and new feelings in a fresh take on love, life and moving on. P.S. I Love You, when Gerard Butler, the husband of Holly Kennedy, Hilary Swank, from an illness, she loses the love of her life. Knowing how hard Holly will take his death, Jerry plans ahead. Beginning on her 30th birthday, she receives the first in a series of letters written by him, designed to ease her grief and encourage her to move forward to a new life. Carol, 3's Berlivet, Rooney Mara, spots the beautiful, elegant Carol, Kate Blanchett, perusing the doll displays in a 1950s Manhattan department store. The two women develop a fast bond that becomes a love with complicated consequences. God's Own Country, Johnny Saxby, Josh O'Connor, works long hours in brutal isolation on his family's remote farm in the north of England. He numbs the daily frustration of his lonely existence with nightly binge drinking at the local pub and casual but when a handsome Romanian migrant worker, Alex Echeanu, arrives to take up temporary work on the family farm, Johnny suddenly finds himself having to deal with emotions he has never felt before. Valentine's Dumplin, Danielle MacDonald, is the plus-size, teenage daughter of a former beauty queen, Jennifer Aniston, who signs up for her mom's pageant as a protest that escalates when other contestants follow her footsteps, revolutionizing the pageant and their small Texas town. Pitch-perfect college student picker, Anna Kendrick, knows she does not want to be part of a clique, but that's exactly where she finds herself after arriving at her new school. Thrust in among mean gals, nice gals and just plain weird gals, Picker finds that the only thing they have in common is how well they sing together. She takes the women of the group out of their comfort zone of traditional arrangements and into a world of amazing harmonic combinations in a fight to the top of college music competitions. Legally Blonde, Elle Woods, Reese Witherspoon, has it all. She wants nothing more than to be Mrs. Warner Huntington III, but there is one thing stopping him, Matthew Davis, from proposing. She is too blonde, so Elle rallies all of her resources and gets into Harvard, determined to win him back. Tainted Love Atonement. Atonement follows the lives of young lovers Cecilia Tallis, Keira Knightley, and Robbie Turner, James McAvoy. When the couple are torn apart by a lie constructed by Cecilia's jealous younger sister, Bryony, Saoirse Ronan, all three of them must deal with the consequences. Teenage love and heartbreak. Sierra Burgess's A Loser, a case of mistaken identity leads to an unexpected romance when a teen joins forces with a popular student to win the heart of her high school crush. Alex Strangelove, a high school senior plans on losing his virginity to his girlfriend. Things get complicated when he meets a handsome and charming gay kid from the other side of town who unwittingly sends him on a roller coaster journey of identity. This is not an exhaustive list of the romantic movies available on Netflix, but a very good place to start.